This is my sim rig in its current state. It's being used as storage for my son's stuff, my son to come. For those of you who don't know me, I am a father of almost two, one and like 8/9, if you want to go with fractions. Man, today is not a day for fractions. And this is his room. It was my office, and now it's not. And so I'm getting kicked out of this room. Well, I'm doing it myself. Get these diapers out of the way. But there we go, sim rig uncovered after all this time. To be honest with you, I have not been using this at all, and that saddens me. I'd love to use this thing more, but my time is better spent on other things right now. And the person who's been using this the most is actually my daughter. She likes to sit in the seat. She likes to push all the buttons, like the buttons on the Moza wheel. And that's pretty much it. She comes and sits here and she pushes the buttons. And then she gets bored after about 2 seconds and then she leaves. If you remember, I built this trying to be as cheap as possible except for the Mazda Speed seats. And I don't regret it. It was a lot of fun, and I mean, I had this in my old house in a big room in the basement. Then we moved to here, put it in this office, and now I have no space for it. So it's gotta go, which sucks. The thing with sim rigs, and I see this all the time, is people will build them. They spend a ton of money on these things. Like they get the full like setup, full triple monitors, all that stuff. They use them 5 times. And then their friends stop playing, and then they put it up on Kijiji or Craigslist for half of what they paid. It's just very consistent. Especially after the boom in the pandemic where everybody was building a sim rig, it's like all of a sudden in the used market, as soon as that was done, it's just flooded with used, hardly used sim rig stuff. So if you wanted to build one, that was the time. That being said, I am busy, and that's just kind of one of those things that happens when your life comes at you quick. Like I have a lot of projects and stuff on the go, and this has never been a priority for me. There's always something else, and that's sort of why I think it's time that it went. Much talking already, but here's a quick life lesson, at least from my own nearly 30 years of existence, which is not really that much in the grand scheme of things, but I find that I have very consistently spread myself too thin with my hobbies, with my goals, tasks, the things that I want to do. And I get anxious about these unfinished projects. And I look at them day after day and I'm like, I got to finish that. I got to finish that. And then eventually it becomes a paralysis where I am too scared to finish it. And so that's where this is. It's pretty much finished. Like it's functional, it works, has a shifter, has everything it needs, but it's unused. And things that sit unused have that same anxiety. I could never be the type of person who has like 12 cars because I would look at them, I would see them being not used because how am I going to drive 12 cars? And then that would hurt me on the inside and it would bother me. And it would degrade the time that I have with my other cars because I'm thinking about how I'm not using the ones that are just sitting. And it just defeats the purpose. All that being said, the sim rig is going to be taken apart today. This screen is going to live on. I'm going to put it on my PC setup. I'm going to ditch my old smaller screen and put this one above my other screen. My desk is going to have to shrink. I got to move all that stuff into another room, and then got to clear this out for my son. So if you're watching this, my son, in the future, know that I did this for you. Also, if you want to use this thing, let me know and we'll set it back up because I definitely want to do it again. I mean, the good news is it's easy to build. The base is simple. The wood is just 2x4s, right? You could build this again anytime. It didn't take me that long to build. It's all straight cuts. So honestly, what I really wish is that I had one of those folding ones, but then that's just a storage solution. I'm still not going to use it. Anyway, let's take the sim rig apart. This is a bit of a sad day for me. Unfortunately for me, it's kind of late and my daughter is sleeping in another room not too far from me, and I cannot just start blasting all the screws that this thing is made with an actual impact because it's going to be too loud. So I'm going to have to take it apart by hand, which means the wood is going to stay. I honestly don't know what I'm going to do with that yet. I might just take the whole wooden frame and put it in my trailer and then just leave it, because it's probably, I might be able to put it in my garage in the future. Garage is not finished yet, but yeah, I don't know how I'm going to swing that one. I can't put a PC in the garage. Anyways, time to start disassembly. And basically my plan here is just to talk the whole time, so sorry in advance if you don't like that. Just want to go ahead and say that yes, I am looking a little bit different these days. Maybe a little bit haggard compared to the usual. Apologies, I am old and fat, and I'm not happy about either of those things. Nah, old doesn't matter. Fat does. I'm not happy about that. You can't see it, but I have a bin off to the side. Actually, let me show you. I basically have these bins that are dedicated to storing PC stuff. There's my Logitech wheel set up in there. And then another one of these has a Camus wheel set up because, yeah, I also have that wheeled as well. I've got 3 racing wheels. Before I get too dreary, I mean, something that's important is just to say thank you to the sponsors that sent me all this stuff, like Pixio, Moza, Camus. I appreciate all of them. Like, pretty much my biggest jump into sim racing has been because of sponsorships, and that's something I am always encouraged by. Like, these companies are nice. Got this massive power bar here. I'm looking forward to putting that away. And, I mean, maybe I'll save a little bit on the power bill. Residual things plugged in. Phantom energy drain. Couple watts here and there aren't gonna do much, but a man can dream. So as I said, the monitor I'm going to be keeping and repurposing. Everything else is just going to go into storage for now, and then hopefully in the future, one of my children will be interested in this type of thing, and I can whip it out and be like, oh, check this out. And then they'll actually like it. Take a look under the hood of the Pixio. This is actually a really nice screen. I just haven't been using it because, obviously, as I said before, but that will change. It's going to get used again. I'm going to need to get some scissors for this, I think. Oh, never mind. My shoddy craftsmanship strikes again. So on the topic of children, I wanted to talk about this. I realize that the majority of you are probably not in that age group anymore. It's weird, like, I started this YouTube channel so long ago that I was in college, more than 10 years ago. 2014, I think. That's a long time, man. That is a long time ago. And so much has changed since then. For the good and the bad, but a lot of good. A ridiculously large amount of good, actually. Let's see if I can get this one. Ooh. Got it. These are the skills that are paying the bills. Not really, those are engineering skills that are paying the bills these days. One of the things I've been thinking about is, should I try to take this, oh, come on. Ooh, I feel like I'm gonna die every time I do that, but should I try to make these seats into something else, or should I just sell them on? That's one thing I'm not sure about. I think I'd regret it if I sold these seats. I'm never gonna find Mazda speed seats again, at least not this nice, and this price. I paid $200 Canadian for 2 seats, both fronts. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Oh yeah, I did want to expand on the kid topic a little bit. I'm all over the place today. The gist of that topic kind of boils down to, I mean, if you don't have kids, which again, I'm assuming most of you don't, kids are one of those things where a lot of people will say, like, your life is over. You had kids, your fun's done. Now you've got responsibilities. And that is true to some extent. But the thing is that you can't lose your hobbies, assuming they're good, healthy hobbies, when you have your children. You gotta integrate your kids into your hobbies, because when you spend time for yourself, it feels guilty. That's what I find. But yeah, say I was really into sim racing and I wanted to continue doing it, but obviously my time is limited because I got 2 kids. The best thing to do is get your kids into sim racing and then you can enjoy it. That is so heavy. You can enjoy it together. And when you enjoy it together, it's bonding and you get to do your hobby. It's a win-win-win. Now I know like that's not realistic. Some kids are just not interested in stuff. I'm very interested in mechanics. I'm very interested in cars, as you probably noticed. Computers. It's like building things. I don't know. That's my interest. And if my kids are not into that, it's going to be painful for them to do that stuff. And I mean, I'm going to have to change. I'm going to have to adapt for their sake and for mine. That's one of those things I thought about. I was actually like legit worried at some point. I'm like, man, at least one of these kids got to be interested in this stuff, whereas I'm going to be alone. But I mean, it doesn't mean you have to give up everything. Like you can also still find time for your hobby. You'll just have to enjoy that hour, that 1 hour a week. Man, I do. It's good to get that little bit of time. Even now, like my wife she's working, so I get a bit of an opportunity while my daughter's sleeping to get some work done here. And this is kind of working with my son because I'm doubling up. I'm preparing his room and I'm working on my hobbies. See that? I'm thinking. Okay, I am noticing I put this in with some basically fasteners that are going to be difficult to get out. I'm going to have to find an Allen key and then pray that I didn't put it in so tight it won't come out. That's going to be tough to remove. Wow, this thing is coming apart a lot quicker than it went together. And it's kind of funny because I spent so much darn time putting all this together. And now it's just boom, 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 and it's apart. Like now, I've taken everything apart. There's really just a monitor left. That's 1 screw. This shifter, 2 screws. The base is, okay, that's going to be a bit of a thing, but, and the chair as well. Everything else though, it's just the frame. Okay, I've come back with some water and the strong determination to remove this base and also tools. Now you get to see me struggle. Isn't that fun? These are wood screws. I really like power tools. Okay, that's 1 down. All the time I've spent on this is going to be dwarfed by the amount of time it takes to take out 4 screws by hand. Okay, that's not a good sign. This one just broke off in there, which means actually, yeah, I mean, if I ever put this back together, I gotta do something about that. You know, one thing I have not really thought about that I've already mentioned before in this video actually, is my own children watching my videos. That's not something I really thought about before. They see their dad in a new light at that point. I mean, it's not like I've been coarse or anything like that, but as dad, I mean, dad classically is the supreme authority of the household, right? So to see dad doing something other than that is going to be a shock. No, it'll be fine. Okay, I think that's it. I'm just going to throw this broken one out, and everything else here can be reused for more projects. And this can be removed. And now we're almost there. Okay, Allen keys. Allen keys. Keys of Allen. Who is this Allen guy? Why does he have so many keys? Oh boy. Actually, I should probably take off the seat, shouldn't I? I don't want to. Well, I mean, you get to look at me again, I guess. Is that a bonus or a detraction? Oh, this is probably the laziest video I've ever made. In my last video, I mentioned that I took a test and I've been working on my engineering designation. Well, I passed the test. I don't know if I made that clear in the video, but I passed, which was great because I don't want to do it again. But since studying for that, like, it's been 7 years since I graduated college. But when I started studying for that, I was like, there's no way. There's no way I'm going to pass this. It's been so long since I took an exam. I'm going to fail. But I surprised myself and I actually studied well. And I mean, they don't give you a grade, but they told I passed, so I did well enough to pass. Well, this one is partially stripped. Thank you, past me. There we go. Whew. But man, it's like one of the things about getting older is I sometimes feel like I'm getting dumber. Like I just can't focus as much as I used to, or do academics like I used to, or I'm not as quick with the mental math as I used to be. I used to be really good at mental math, not anymore. But now I know all it takes is a month of studying to get back into it and to be able to learn again. I think after that experience, I sort of decided within myself, as unrealistic as it may be, that I really want to keep learning and keep growing and not just give up on that stuff. I don't want to be one of those people that's super old and dumb. Sorry, old people. Okay. 2 more of those. 4 more, actually. Oh, boy. I mean, it's part of an engineering designation, too. Like, that's what the reason they do continuing professional development stuff. You have to do courses or seminars and that sort of thing to maintain your designation. And like I said, it's important to have the designation for a lot of areas. So you got to do it, and that means you have to learn, because you have to do tests for those too. Just a lot less time and hopefully a lot easier as well. At least that's how it is in Canada. Man unscrews wood screw by hand and talks about engineering. That's what this video is called. I could never have a podcast because I just have to be productive. I couldn't sit for like 3 hours and talk about nonsense. I'd have to be doing something during it, like working on a car or something like that. Just, that's my hobby time. I know you're looking. Don't be looking. Okay, so here's where the fun begins. Now we got to take off the screen. The chair should be free. The base is good. The shifter is not done. And this is to be done quickly. It comes with its own tools, so it makes it pretty easy to do. You just got to take the thing off. It's keyed. I am as dumb as a rock. There we go. Okay. Goodness. And the base is a little bit squeaky, but it should just come off fairly easily. Question mark. There it is. Okay, I'm back again, and this time I've got the determination of 1,000 suns. I don't know if this thing is metric or not, but I only have the wrong size for everything, so let's see if this works. 1 big size, too big. Oh no, there's 1 size missing on this, and it's gonna be the one that's missing. That's just how it goes. IKEA to the rescue. They saved me. 1 IKEA Allen key and a dream. This is going to take a while. Living the dream 1/2 turn at a time here. It is actually getting easier, so I'm doing something right. I don't really know how to end this one. I think life just kind of happens, and that's why you got to give up hobbies every once in a while. Like, I don't know. At some point, I had to realize that it's a bit of a pipe dream to try and maintain all the things that I want to do. And it's a bit of a pipe dream to be that guy with 1,000 cars that I used to dream about. And maybe I should have realized earlier, but it's just maturity. It comes with age. Like, the reality is that back in the day, I mean, back when GTA 5 came out, they're culturally relevant right now. This GTA 6 trailer just came out, man, oh man. But I used to play GTA 5 like nonstop, and I used to just play for hours and hours. Okay, well, that's one more. But now, I mean, I gotta put in my priorities, and those priorities are priorities for a reason. My kids are more important than games. My kids are more important than my hobbies, and I value them more than my time. Now, that doesn't mean I shouldn't have no time to myself. That would be unhealthy, but yeah, you just gotta re-centralize the thought a little bit. Like, man, they're more important, so why am I playing games? I should be with my kids. Now, when they're sleeping, that's open season. No, that's the time you spend with your wife. Okay, we finally have done it. The sim rake is disassembled. Same box, same stuff, and it's looking good. It's looking darn good. Oh. Well, guys, thank you for coming with me on this journey. There's a train in the background and me just being out of breath from hunched over and removing screws by hand. Wow. You ever want a hand workout? Just build IKEA furniture without power tools. Just build like 2 shelves in a row. You're going to be buff. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hopefully a little bit more gameplay in the next video. You got none this time, but I just wanted to record this. I feel like it's a bit of a momentous thing, and I thought it's a good time to just talk, which I like to do. So thanks for watching. See you again soon. Don't worry, you won't have to see this face much. Yes, the beard is weird. And everything else. Oh man. It's 9 o'clock. Time to go to bed.